And welcome to Liberty and Freedom with Porsha and Brian. I am one of your hosts, Brian Bledsoe, along with Porsha. So how everybody doing? How you doing, Porsha?
I am good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Everything. I guess this is. I guess it's kind of the second month with the whole state director thing, and still trying to get things together there, and just trying to understand how things work. It's funny being on this part. Given the fact that I've been part of the leadership team from the beginning, but just taking this next step is just there's a lot to it that I'm still trying to learn. So, and like I said, it's only been I guess the second month. So
getting acclimated into your new role, which is a grand role. It's a great role, and it's still congratulations to you every day. So
yeah. So speaking of that, so we have a number of events coming up, and before we get to that, let's just want to mention that I want to appreciate everyone that came out to our block party this month, and that came out to Papa Do's, and just want to thank everyone for coming out to that, and also the people who came out to hear me speak at True Texas Project in Ellis County last week. Got a chance to talk about Brexit and our 5 pillars and everything, and actually a number of us will be speaking in the next month in August. So I might well get to that now, so I'll be speaking on August 8th in Tarrant County for True Texas Project, and that's on August 8th. Our Assistant State Director, Charnel Wiley, she'll be speaking at Grapevine Republican Club on August 9th, and that's in Grapevine, Texas. And Lucky, who at this point, when Lucky was scheduled, she was still with Brexit, Texas, but she's still with Brexit. She got promoted, so she's the West Regional Director, and so, but she's still going to speak at True Texas Project in Northwest Harris County on August 11th. So yeah,
in Houston.
Yeah. I guess it's out maybe in the suburbs. I don't know exactly where, but I know it just said Northwest Harris County.
Okay.
So yeah, she'll be speaking on August 11th, and then I'll be speaking again on August 23rd in Tyler, Texas, for Grassroots America. So yeah, we have those events coming up, and we also have another event. It's kind of an event, but it's more so an award, and it's something I want to mention on here for anyone that is listening. And I'm just going to read this. So, Blexit, Texas is awarding 2 deserving teachers in the DFW area $250 to help fund their back-to-school needs. Now, to nominate a teacher for consideration, all you need to do is send us an email telling us about your teacher and why you are nominating them. And we would love to hear hear all about what makes them, a rock star teacher and everything they're doing. And so you can send your nomination to the Texas@Blexit.com. Texas@Blexit.com to nominate a teacher. And so please include the teacher's contact information, teacher's school info, your contact information. And nominations accepted now through August 20th. And the Blexit Texas leadership team will deliver each selected teacher a $250 gift card on August 26th. So, yeah, so everyone that's listening between now and August 20th, again, the email is Blexit@Texas. Hold on, Texas, I said it backwards, didn't I? Yes. Texas@Blexit.com.
Yes.
Yeah, let me keep saying that. Texas@Blexit.com. That is where you send the nomination for the teacher you would like to nominate for this award. So we'll be doing that for August as well. So here's a little back behind the scenes for this live stream, just to be real with everyone, because we were thinking about what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously there's things to talk about, but it just didn't hit us as far as what to talk about. And one thing I guess we want to touch on, only because it's coming up next week and it's in Texas, in Dallas in particular, is on CPAC. And people, if you don't know, CPAC stands for Conservative Political Action Conference. And so they're having their big event in Dallas next week, 4th through the 7th, at the Hilton Anatole. We as Blexit Texas have been accepted for media passes, so we are able to go to that. Hopefully, the rest of our team could be there and maybe get a chance to meet some of you who are watching, and also get a chance to network. And just like anything when it comes towards an event like this, it's a great opportunity to network and just also be around like-minded people. And it's always been a fun time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Last time, because Trump was here.
Trump
was at CPAC in Dallas, Anatole.
Yeah, yep, same place.
And Ben Carson was there. It was just such an incredible experience. It was so many people. It was so much fun, and it's just an experience. Like, if you've never been to CPAC, I strongly encourage you to go. If you just have any interest or any questions about, your new path or your current path, if you've been here and you just been to an event, I would totally say go to CPAC, because it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I've gone to CPAC. I think I've only missed one now in the past, ever since 2016. And that was the one in Florida this year. Yeah, I didn't go to the one in Florida this year. And that has been the first one I missed since 2016, since the first time I went. One thing is because they have split CPAC into 2 events a year as opposed to just once a year. I don't know if they're going to continue doing this, because the past 2 years it's been Florida and Texas. I mean, a lot of that goes into because of COVID and things that's kind of have played into why a lot of that was going on. But yeah, again, hopefully people who are watching now, hopefully you'll make it out to CPAC. I mean, if you don't know, if you don't have tickets, or if you just I would just say Google CPAC Texas 2022. That's probably it'll show up if you don't know about it. And yeah, like I said, it's in Dallas. It's at the close downtown. So yeah, look forward to that, and hopefully we'll get a chance to meet up with some people and that would either want to join with us. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So before we have another topic we want to talk about, But before we get to that, I want to play something, especially for people, if you're watching this for the first time and maybe don't know anything about Blexit and want to know about those 5 pillars I'm talking about. I'm going to play a short video that breaks it down from Carla Eli. She's going to talk about our 5 pillars.
I've been a huge fan of the organization for the last couple of years, and I became a member. So Blexit is a 501c3 nonprofit, non-political, nonpartisan organization whose mission is to advance minority communities, specifically targeting the African American community across the nation. Our initiatives, we have 5 pillars. Our first pillar is school choice. Our second pillar is free enterprise and entrepreneurship. Our third pillar is criminal justice reform. Our fourth pillar is to continue the promotion and also developing history programs that highlight our nation's founding principles, specifically freedom. And our fifth pillar is to showcase any of the first 4 in a format that's evocative, a visual arts format, and or live experience. That's what Blexit does. We have tons of initiatives that are happening in our country right now that are being done by our chapters.
All right. So yeah, those are our 5 pillars. Now, if you were watching at the very beginning of this stream, you saw a little graphic, and I guess want to make sure we mention to say congratulations to Candace and George for the birth of their baby girl. Who it was posted last week, I think, and so yeah, just congratulations, to the family and
Congratulations.
yeah,
so exciting.
Yeah. So now in our quest to kind of look for what we want to talk about, actually, Porsha, I didn't mention this to you because I forgot to mention this to you because I wrote this down like the last minute. But have you heard about Biden quietly building the wall? I don't know if you have. It's been been very quiet. So I'll forgive you if you haven't heard. Anybody heard about it? So
yeah, I heard about that. And Peter Ducey, we gotta give him a shout out because he comes with the punches every time whenever he's in the White House and he's questioning Karine Jean-Pierre and everything that she said in response to that. I thought it was incredible how he posed the questions, if Trump was building the wall or finishing the wall, and how he was like, so are y'all finishing the wall? And then she's like, no, we're just cleaning up the mess that the prior administration. And it's just like, okay, calm down. We know what y'all are doing. You're going to call it something else, but clearly there's an issue with the border because you got the mayor in DC, Bowser. You got Mayor Eric Adams in New York, talking about the problem with immigration and the illegals and how it's going to affect the school systems because they don't turn them away. And it's just a problem and they need the help. Well, Bowser in DC, they need the National Guard. And it's like, so y'all aren't building a wall? Cut it out.
Yeah. So, the fact that, like I said, it's been, well, like you said, they're trying to make it seem like it's something else, but it's also media is not wanting to cover it either. They kind of just really they don't want to mention it because given the fact that just like what Peter Ducey mentioned, like if Trump was doing this, like she'll be the first one up there just screaming bloody murder about about the wall being finished and all that. But now they're going ahead and just trying not to let bring attention to it. But
you let the cat out the bag.
Yeah, but see, we're here in Texas. We know immigration is something. Illegal immigration is something that really is a problem for us here in Texas.
For us, it's a huge problem, and it's just like, hey, like for those folks that aren't in Texas and y'all don't know, if you just have a question, if you're curious, you want to know about the border and illegals coming in, it's just like, hey, ask a Texan, because it's like, we know, we get it firsthand. And I just loved how Ducey said, so is this racist? Is it racist? Is it racist? Can you admit to say that it's racist? I was like, gosh, this guy, he just goes in there hand and foot, and he just gives a good question, to present to this administration, and they can't ever answer logically.
Well, don't hold your breath to try to get an honest answer out of this administration, because it's just not gonna happen. Now, one thing, I just wanted to bring that to light. I mean, like I said, because it is a issue, especially for us here in Texas. And one thing, and speaking of Texas, I know this is going to kind of feel like it's coming out of nowhere, but I do have a reason to mention this, because there is a Texas connection, I guess, put it that way. And this is an ongoing story out in Russia right now. And I'm talking about Brittany Griner and what's going on out there. Now, she used to play for Baylor, so that's in Texas. So, and so she's still in trouble over there, and over what she brought over to that country, and she's still being held in prison there. And I've been hearing, I think a lot of us been hearing, what either they're trying to work out a deal with the Biden administration, trying to work out something like that, and so it's been it is kind of because the fact that she's in Russia, it is a story that doesn't get talked about a lot. ESPN try to talk about all the time, every day, and I mean, understandably so. I mean, I don't think anyone, I don't care what their political affiliation is, being held in a foreign country is scary, and I can't imagine what's going on over there. And the thing that kind of is striking me is that I just wonder right now, what is her thinking now? I know right now she probably just want to get home. And I just also wonder, huh?
But why? That's the question. But Brittany Griner, she's being held in Russia, but we have other Americans that are also looking at the death penalty in Russia, that went over to help what's going on between Russia and Ukraine and all of the other. But she pleaded guilty, and we, for those of us that have looked or studied at all to how their justice system works, which is totally different from the one innocent until guilty here in America. Mm-hmm. But for all of the negative, foul, egregious things that she said about this country, I mean, for me, in my mind, I think that she must be having a good time. She must be enjoying herself out there in Russia. She's just kicking it back because it's so much better than America. But
I mean, you take that.
Any American, my thoughts are, any American that's being held up anywhere, I do believe that they should come back to our country. And I do believe that if Trump was president, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because it would have been done and over with, stat. But the fact that we're having to negotiate, give me this prisoner, that prisoner for her and another, it's like, okay, I guess. But I know if Trump was president, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But for someone like Brittany Griner, I would like to think that her thoughts were, I miss my home. I miss my country. I miss my freedom. I miss to where I can be who I want to be. I am an LGBTQ Black woman. I do have a wife. I am in the WNBA. I'm super tall. I'm super athletically gifted and all these other things. And I have the freedoms to express myself as such in the United States of America. But Brittany, you did say you didn't see a reason for us to stand for our anthem. You believed in kneeling. You didn't believe in respecting our country. You didn't believe in respecting our Constitution. This was all you. So whatever it was that you spewed out into the atmosphere, unfortunately for you, God is giving it back. So hopefully what I hope that she's thinking is about how great America really is, and how she cannot wait to get home so that she can, just absorb the greatness of this country. And whenever she comes back, she can love it so much more than she did before she left. Because whenever you go around downing a country as great as ours, and you dismiss it and you disrespect it, our soldiers, our ancestors, for be it slaves or anyone else, whomever that contributed to the success of this great country, I hope that she's eating that up right now for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, naps in between, bathroom breaks, showers, whatever it is that you're getting. I hope that you're remembering every single day how great America is, because I don't feel any remorse for her. I don't have none. She don't get it from me. She can get it from other Black folks that's like, oh, she's the homophobia and the women and black. Now you can get that from other folks. You ain't gonna get it from me. Where she is, she can go ahead and stay long enough until you eat it up and you get to where you understand what it is and how great it is to be a proud American citizen. Biden ain't trying to help you. You've been in there for a long time, Brittany.
Yeah, I really am interested in because I don't think she's going to be there for years or whatever like that, and so I am wondering how she's going to respond in coming back, and how has this experience, did this change her perspective on this country? And we'll see. Now, look, you have people like LeBron James that will coming out with saying, like, well, why would she want to come back over here? Now, coming from and this is another statement. I know LeBron said, like, well, I didn't mean it that way. It is something, especially talking about LeBron James as someone that has benefited so much from this country, but always have something little quip to say about this country. And yet he benefited so much from
and is benefiting still right now today.
Yeah. As we're speaking, yes, he is making money. He's like one of those people that work there is making like money 24/7. From all the things they're doing. And don't get me wrong, I think he does a lot of good stuff as far as what he's talking about in the community and stuff like that. But he is always so quick to want to just to try to denigrate this country in whatever way he can, and it's on his shows and stuff like that. And it's sad to have someone like that, like I said, for someone that benefits so much from all the things that he complains about. And so yeah. I'm really, yeah.
It's an unfortunate thing, but I have a very strong belief for Black people that run around talking like Brittany Griner and LeBron James. If you have such a big problem with it, give it back. You see, LeBron, all those NBA tickets, those sales, we're not. It's not us. No more than it is them. That's the same thing like with rap music, hip hop, whatever you're talking about, sold out arenas. Purchasing your music, not burning CDs how we used to. All the things that we used to before, technology got as great as it is. Give it back. Your iPhone, give it back. That's Steve Jobs, give it back. Don't go to Walmart now. Leave the Waltons alone. Don't go there. Don't and he don't go, but don't send the help. Don't be trying to buy Tide and Ocean Spray and Sargento, whatever it is, because these same white folks, these liberals are the same white folks that made you believe that having a Black woman as the face of a syrup bottle, Aunt Jemima, and a Black man as the face on some rice, Uncle Ben, they made you feel like that was an error. But they didn't say nothing to you about Little Debbie's. They didn't say nothing to you about the Brawny Man. They didn't say nothing to you about Mr. Clean. And y'all said, oh, yeah, take her off. The only representation that we had in the stores. You remember that these are the same people that convinced you to hate the country, that made you LeBron. We wouldn't know you. We wouldn't know you. Give Al Gore his internet back. Give white folks all of their stuff back and all of the millions that you got, your property, because you're not living in Cleveland where it's all Akron, where it's all toe down, low down, throw it off, shootings, killings, murder. Give it back. Give it back. Go buy you a house out there with them. And hopefully not like that pastor Whitehead up in what was it, the Bronx or Brooklyn or New York that got robbed.
Oh, they got robbed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You give white folks their stuff back, then we can talk about it. And so, and if y'all not willing to give it back, because y'all say, oh, Black power this, but y'all wearing Gucci and Fendi and Louis and all, give it back. Then I'll take you serious. But you're not trying to give them their stuff back. Give it back, and then I'll take you seriously. Until you're ready to give it back, because Black people don't have infrastructure here. And you can't say, oh, it's impossible. No, it's possible. But we know how we do. We Black, we know how we do. So y'all give it back or hush. And if you're not going to give it back, then stop. Because America has made LeBron, because he is an incredible athlete. He is solid. And the gifts that God gave you, even you don't know your dad and all of that, your mom and the gifts, your coaches, all of the help that you had along the way. You're not about to sit here and tell me that a white person didn't help you along the way, LeBron. You're lying. You're not about to sit here and try to paint out America and white people to be just the devil in every which way. All of the deals that you have, the contracts that you have, everything, the NBA, I mean, come on. I mean, who are the Black owners? So cut it out and just recognize it. Now, America has its issues, it has its problems, but it still made you you. It created the opportunity and the space for you to be you. Same thing with Brittany Griner. We can't be out here just, oh, woe is me, hate the white man, persecute them, and not, uphold the flag and our country. And I think it's disrespectful to our ancestors, because the fact that we have a LeBron and a Brittany Griner, that's because of our ancestors, and not just Black ones, but all of them. So yeah. I don't have time for it. Brittany, she gets everything that she deserves. She broke the law over there. You get what you get, but hopefully by the time you get back, you have a different type of appreciation. But exactly. I don't have any faith in her that she'll change her mind.
Yeah, I don't either. I would hope, because again, I don't know what's going on over there, but maybe maybe her perspective will change, and maybe she will have a new appreciation when she comes over. Now, the sad thing about it, no matter how if she had a change of heart, she probably couldn't publicize it anyway, because all her deals get taken away, because all her money is coming from these people who are American hating liberals, and so she even strayed away from that, then she put that at risk. So yeah, but I do hope maybe she would just even if that would happen, she will still forego it, because of she's been on the other side of that, and she wouldn't want to do that.
Looks like.
But then again, that all hinges on the fact that if she actually would feel that way. So but yeah, that's been an ongoing saga right now with her and everything. That it's something I wanted to bring up and talk about. I know it's not our usual kind of topics. I mean, I guess one is just something that I see all the time, whether it's on social media or something like that, or I see a post about it somewhere here and there, or a story about it somewhere. And so yeah. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, and I wanted to show this as well. So I don't know how many people who are watching this have tried to go to BlexitShop.com or go to our shop to buy shirts. And so we have been, I guess you could say, reconstructing the site. Long story short, it is up now. So you can go to Blexit.com and go to our shop, and we have some new merchandise on there for you to purchase, new shirts and pins and all that. So yeah, just go to Blexit.com and click on shop, and you can find all that merchandise there. So yeah, I know it's been down for a while, so it's just something I want to make sure people maybe have given up thinking we didn't have anything. But yeah, so we was working on the site, and we finally got it up now. So yeah. Now, I also want to mention our next stream is going to be August 28th. Just want to put that out there, because I want to make sure I put in the notes now when the next one's going to be, mainly for myself, so I remember. So yeah, August 28th will be the next stream. And that's where we'll be back on here doing the same thing that we're doing right now. And so, Porsha, you got anything, any lasting words or anything?
November's coming up. Make sure that you get out to vote. If you're not registered to vote, you're not too late. You can go ahead and register now. Just to get registered to vote, so you can vote in November. We are expecting a red wave, but I don't want it to just be red because it's just like, oh my gosh, we hate the Democrats and what they're doing. I want you guys to be full aware of what it is that you're doing, why you're voting. Know your precinct, know your commissioners, know your sheriff, know all of the different things that you vote for, the school board, for whatever it may be. Make sure that you get out and vote, because the presidential election is not the only one, and we have to come out and we have to show up and show out. And then for Blexit, for our Black people and our Hispanic people and our other minorities and even white folks, however it is, y'all come out and vote, because November is such an important year, because gas is too high, and my groceries they cost too much. Y'all just got to come on out, and we got to make sure we come together as a country where we can understand what it is that they're trying to do on the left. So make sure you come out and vote. Come out and vote. Come out and vote. That's my message. Come vote November.
Yeah. And I mean, this is not going to be the last time we're going to say this. I mean, given the fact that, me and Porsha are both, election judges and precinct chairs. So this is not going to be the last time. We're going to probably mention this all the way to November. Well, it'll be October, because by the time we do the October one, then, November. So I'm wondering how our November stream is going to be like. I mean, after seeing what happened and everything, because I already know the topic for November. I already know. So we're going to talk about what happened in the election earlier that month. So we got that topic down. Now the rest of the couple months, who knows? So you'll find out. As a matter of fact, you'll probably find out right when we find out what we're going to talk about. And so I appreciate everyone that's been watching. Thank you all for watching. And so we're going to go out with another Bledsoe video. And until next month, we will see you later.
So I grew up in a very liberal and democratic household. I watched way too much media, and I was indoctrinated with this belief that I was going to go outside and be gunned down by police and become the latest Black Lives Matter hashtag.
Say his name! Say his name! Say his name! Say his name!
I started posting about Black Lives Matter on social media. I became an activist for Black Lives Matter, and it ended up getting me a platform to where I was actually casted to be on a reality show. And on that show, the premise is you don't meet your competitors in person, you only interact virtually. So you portray whoever it is that you're set to be. And I was set to be a woke white girl who was an ally of Black Lives Matter and was supposed to teach people how to be a supporter of Black Lives Matter. Because of that, I wanted to make sure that I was as knowledgeable of all the counter arguments as possible. And everybody asks, what was your red pill moment? I had a prescription bottle of red pills. I tried to go against Candace Owens. I listed out all the different arguments she had and tried to prove each and every one of them wrong. And every time I proved her right. And I started finally asking myself, how are hundreds of millions of dollars raised by Black Lives Matter, but we're not seeing a single business or community benefiting from this money? Not even the businesses that have been destroyed by Black Lives Matter rioters. Black lives never mattered to them.